if the very thing you've been doing your whole life to feel clean, fresh, and responsible is now silently working against your body? What if that daily shower you take out of habit without a second thought is slowly wearing down your skin, weakening your immunity, and even draining your energy? It may sound extreme, even shocking, but for those of us over 60, the truth is, our bodies have changed, and how we care for them must change too. Beyond 60 Wisdom, dear everyone, thank you for joining us. Today's video might challenge some deeply held beliefs, but it could also change the way you care for yourself in your golden years. Because the reality is, what worked for you at 35 might now be doing more harm than good at 70. Let's be honest. Most of us grew up in a culture that equated daily showers with self-respect. We were taught that skipping a day was lazy, even unhygienic. But science now shows that our aging skin and immune systems don't thrive under the same routines we followed in our youth. In fact, for many seniors, daily hot showers have become the hidden culprit behind skin issues, lingering fatigue, and unexpected health concerns. As we age, our skin becomes thinner, drier, and significantly more delicate. It loses its ability to retain moisture and regenerate as quickly. Each time you step into that hot stream of water, lather up with soap and scrub the way you always have, you might actually be stripping away the last defenses your skin has left. That natural oil barrier, it's not just about looking moisturized. It's your body's armor against bacteria, allergens, and irritants. And once it's gone, your skin is vulnerable, cracking, flaking, itching, and eventually opening the door to infection. And here's what's most surprising. Many people don't realize what's happening. They think dry, itchy skin is just part of getting older. But often, it's not aging. It's the routine. It's the old habits that haven't been updated to match a new body. And in this case, old habits can cause new harm. So before we go further, take a moment and ask yourself, when was the last time you questioned your hygiene routine? When was the last time you asked whether the way you care for your body today is still aligned with the body you actually have? If this video is already making you think twice, please consider subscribing to Beyond 60 Wisdom. Your support gives us the motivation to keep bringing thoughtful, practical, and life-enhancing content for our community. And now, let me ask you a question. Which statement do you agree with more? A. Daily showers are always healthier, no matter your age. B. As we age, our self-care routines should adapt to meet our body's changing needs. Comment A or B below. I'd love to see your thoughts. Part 2. The hidden impact of overshowering on aging skin and immune health. There's something deeply comforting about a hot shower. The steam, the warmth, the feeling of washing away the day's stress. It's a ritual that, for many, is tied not only to hygiene, but to a sense of emotional well-being and control. But what happens when that daily comfort becomes a silent source of harm, especially as we age? By the time we reach our 60s, 70s, and beyond, our bodies begin to communicate with us in subtler ways. Unfortunately, we often misinterpret or ignore these signals, assuming dry skin, irritation, or a persistent itch are just part of the aging process. But what if they aren't? What if these symptoms are actually your skin pleading for a change? It's easy to overlook the skin as just a protective outer layer. But in truth, it's the largest organ of your body and one of the most critical components of your immune system. When we're younger, this system is resilient. The skin regenerates quickly, produces ample natural oils, and maintains a balanced microbiome, an invisible ecosystem of beneficial bacteria that helps defend us from external threats. But over time, things shift. Aging skin becomes thinner and more fragile. It loses elasticity and the ability to hold moisture. Oil production slows, and with each hot shower, especially when paired with harsh soaps or aggressive scrubbing, we chip away at the little protection we have left. You may think your skin is clean after a good scrub, but cleanliness isn't the same as health. When we wash too frequently, we strip away the lipid barrier that keeps moisture in and pathogens out. We remove not only sweat and dirt, but also the beneficial microorganisms that help regulate our skin's pH, combat harmful invaders, and support overall immune function. What's left is vulnerable, exposed skin, cracked, inflamed, and open to infection. And while these may sound like minor issues, for seniors, they can quickly become serious. A small dry patch can evolve into dermatitis, An open crack might invite bacterial entry, leading to cellulitis. Fungal infections can flourish in moisture-deprived environments. And for those with compromised immune systems or conditions like diabetes, the risks are magnified even more. Consider the story of Harold, an 81-year-old man who maintained a spotless routine: hot showers every morning, strong soap, full body scrubbing. He took pride in being clean and presentable. But over time, his arms and legs began to show red, flaky patches. Moisturizers offered no relief. Doctors prescribed creams that helped temporarily, but the irritation always came back. It wasn't until a new dermatologist asked about his bathing habits that the root cause was discovered. After switching to a gentler cleanser, lowering his shower frequency to twice a week, and applying moisturizer immediately after bathing, his skin began to heal and his comfort returned. This isn't about giving up hygiene. It's about being wiser with it. The idea that you must shower daily to be clean is outdated and potentially harmful for aging bodies. In fact, many dermatologists now recommend that older adults bathe just 2 or 3 times a week, unless there's been physical activity or exposure to dirt or sweat. On the in-between days, a simple sponge bath or targeted cleansing of high sweat areas like underarms, feet, and groin is often enough. And the shower itself? It needs to be reimagined. Opt for lukewarm water instead of hot. Use fragrance-free, pH-balanced cleansers. Avoid loofahs or abrasive sponges that can damage sensitive skin. And always moisturize right after drying off, ideally with an emollient cream that locks in hydration. But beyond skin health, there's a deeper issue at play: identity. For many, the act of bathing is wrapped in years, decades of habit, pride, and personal values. Letting go of a daily routine can feel like giving up control, or worse, dignity. That's why change must be approached not just practically, but compassionately. Adjusting your routine doesn't mean you're declining. It means you're evolving. It's a sign of strength, not weakness, because your body is speaking to you in a new language now. It whispers instead of shouts. And if you learn to listen, truly listen, you may find that better health and greater comfort come not from doing more, but from doing less, more mindfully. So before you step into the shower tomorrow, ask yourself, am I doing this out of habit or because it's what my body truly needs today? Your answer may surprise you. And it might be the first step toward healing not just your skin, but your relationship with aging itself. Part 3, the overlooked danger: how showering may increase fall risk in older adults. There's a hidden danger in many homes, quietly lurking behind foggy mirrors and the comforting hiss of warm water. It doesn't wear a warning sign or announce its arrival with a bang, but when it strikes, the impact can be devastating. It's the bathroom. More specifically, the shower. Most people never consider that something as routine and harmless as bathing could lead to one of the most life-altering events in a senior's life: a fall. But for adults over 60, especially those in their 70s or 80s, the bathroom becomes one of the most hazardous places in the entire house. And yet, we rarely talk about it. For many, a hot morning shower is a cherished ritual. It wakes you up, centers your thoughts, and marks the beginning of a new day. But here's what doesn't get enough attention. Our bodies change with age. Balance becomes more delicate. Blood pressure may dip suddenly. Reflexes slow down, and vision might blur when steam fills the room or glasses fog up. Now add slippery tile floors, water puddles, soap underfoot, and a moment of fatigue, and you have a perfect recipe for disaster. Take the case of Walter, an 83-year-old widower who had stuck to his daily hot shower since his 30s. One cold winter morning, the warmth of the steam caused his glasses to fog. His blood pressure dipped from the heat, and as he stepped out of the tub, his foot slipped slightly on a misplaced bath mat. He lost balance, fell backward, and fractured his pelvis. 6 weeks in a rehabilitation center followed, along with the painful realization that one innocent habit nearly stole his independence. Sadly, Walter's story is not unique. Every year, millions of older adults are treated in emergency rooms for fall-related injuries, and many of those falls happen in bathrooms. The problem isn't just the fall, it's what comes after. A broken bone can lead to a permanent loss of mobility, reduced confidence, and in many cases, the beginning of a rapid decline in overall health. Suddenly, the person who once lived independently needs full-time care. So what can be done? It starts with awareness and a willingness to adapt, because while cleanliness is important, so is safety. And if something as simple as changing your shower routine can reduce your risk of a dangerous fall, isn't it worth it? Doctors and geriatric specialists often suggest that seniors cut down on the frequency of full-body showers, not to compromise hygiene, but to reduce exposure to risk. Bathing 2 or 3 times a week, at times of the day when you're most alert, is often enough. If you feel lightheaded in the mornings, consider showering after breakfast when your blood sugar is stable and your body is more awake. Avoid late-night showers, especially if you're already feeling tired or unsteady. Next, reimagine the bathing environment. A few practical changes can make a world of difference. Install grab bars in the shower and beside the toilet. Use non-slip mats inside and outside the shower. Replace glass doors with shower curtains if you use a walker. And if balance is already a concern, invest in a sturdy shower chair. These aren't signs of weakness. They're signs of wisdom and self-care. Water temperature also plays a key role. While a hot shower may feel relaxing, it can dilate your blood vessels and cause a sudden drop in blood pressure, leading to dizziness. Lukewarm water is gentler on your body and reduces the risk of lightheadedness. Keep the room well lit and always have a towel within arm's reach before you step out. But beyond physical adjustments, what's most important is the mindset. Many older adults hesitate to change their routines because it feels like giving up. But safety doesn't mean surrendering independence, it means preserving it. By being proactive, by thinking ahead, you are actually protecting your freedom to live on your own terms. Because here's the truth, one fall can take away everything. Your ability to walk unassisted, your confidence, your autonomy. And all of it could hinge on a 5-minute shower taken at the wrong time, under the wrong conditions. So before you step into that warm, familiar stream of water again, pause. Ask yourself not just whether you need to bathe, but whether your environment, your body, and your current state of mind are prepared for it. Because nothing about growing older is shameful, but ignoring the changes that come with it can be. Let your hygiene routine reflect not just your habits, but your wisdom. Choose safety over routine. Choose awareness over assumption. And most importantly, choose yourself. Part 4, Rethinking Shower Habits. The surprising link between bathing and circulation in seniors. As we grow older, the rhythms of our bodies subtly shift. What once energized us can now leave us feeling drained, and routines that once kept us sharp and balanced may begin to work against us. One such overlooked area is circulation, and more specifically, how our bathing habits may unknowingly impact the way blood flows through our aging bodies. Many people assume that a warm shower is universally beneficial, and in some ways it is. Warm water can temporarily dilate blood vessels, increase blood flow, and even ease muscle tension. That feeling of lightness, that rush of comfort after stepping out of a steamy shower, is no illusion. It's your circulatory system responding to the heat. But what happens when the exposure is too frequent, too hot, or too long? That's where things get complicated, especially for seniors. By the time we enter our 60s and 70s, our cardiovascular systems aren't quite as robust as they used to be. Arteries become less flexible. Blood vessels take longer to adjust to temperature changes. The heart, though resilient, may not pump as efficiently. Add to this mix chronic conditions like hypertension, diabetes, or peripheral artery disease, and circulation becomes a delicate balance to maintain. Now imagine stepping into a steaming hot shower twice a day as part of an old habit. At first, it may feel invigorating, but over time, this repeated dilation and constriction of blood vessels can take a toll. Frequent exposure to high heat causes the blood vessels to expand quickly, often leading to temporary drops in blood pressure. For someone already dealing with cardiovascular challenges, this can result in dizziness, fatigue, or even fainting. And while a quick loss of balance may seem minor, as we've already explored, it can trigger a dangerous chain of events, particularly if it happens in the bathroom. George, a 79-year-old retired teacher, experienced this firsthand. He had always enjoyed his hot showers, claiming they were the only thing that woke up his joints in the morning. But after several episodes of sudden lightheadedness and one frightening fall in the shower, his doctor traced the issue back to his bathing routine. George's body could no longer handle the thermal stress that came from hot water. At his doctor's recommendation, he reduced the frequency of his showers, shortened the duration, and lowered the water temperature. The result was remarkable. His energy improved, his blood pressure stabilized, and most importantly, he regained confidence in his ability to move safely around his home. Stories like George's are not isolated. They highlight an important truth. Our bodies, especially as we age, require moderation. What once gave us strength can, when overused, start to erode it. It's not about eliminating comfort, but about finding a gentler way to achieve it. Switching to warm, not hot water is a simple yet powerful adjustment. It stimulates circulation without overwhelming the body's regulatory systems. Shorter showers allow the body to reap the benefits of heat without the consequences of overexposure. And showering 2 to 3 times a week gives the skin and circulatory system time to recover and regulate naturally. Combined, these changes don't just protect circulation, they promote sustained vitality. But beyond the physical science lies a deeper consideration. How willing are we to adapt our habits to suit our current bodies, not the ones we had decades ago? Aging gracefully is not about resisting change. It's about embracing it with intelligence and compassion. Listening to our bodies, not our egos, is the key to thriving. Our goal is not to demonize showers or strip away routines that bring joy. On the contrary, bathing can remain a pleasurable, even sacred part of the day, but it should never come at the cost of your safety or your strength. What matters most is intention. Bathing to care for yourself, not just out of habit. So the next time you reach for the faucet, pause and ask yourself, is this the right moment for my body? Will this warm water help me feel alive or leave me feeling depleted? That single question might be the beginning of a healthier, more respectful relationship with your body and a circulatory system that supports your life, not just your hygiene. Part 5, the emotional mirror. What bathing habits reveal about mental health in older adults. At first glance, bathing appears to be a simple, straightforward act, one rooted in hygiene, routine, and self-respect. But for many older adults, especially those in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, bathing carries far more weight than soap and water. It becomes a reflection of one's inner world, a mirror not just for the body, but for the emotional landscape that lies beneath the surface. And when that landscape shifts, even slightly, the first signs often appear in the most ordinary places. Skipped showers, repeated baths, or long soaks that last far longer than they used to. Aging is not just a physical journey, it's a deeply emotional one. After retirement, after children move away, after the loss of a spouse or a long-held identity, many seniors find themselves navigating unfamiliar waters of loneliness, anxiety, or even grief. And while these emotions are often hidden behind polite smiles and cheerful conversation, they tend to seep into habits, slowly, quietly, and with profound implications. Take Sharon, a 76-year-old woman who had always taken pride in her appearance. After her husband passed away, she found herself bathing twice a day, once in the morning and once late at night. She told her daughter it helped her feel in control, a way to start and end the day with purpose. But over time, her skin began to suffer. Redness, irritation, and constant itching became part of her daily life. When she finally opened up to her doctor, the conversation revealed more than dry skin. It revealed unspoken grief, masked by ritual. This story isn't rare. In fact, many geriatric professionals now consider sudden changes in hygiene routines as important psychological indicators. Overbathing may point to a need for comfort, a form of emotional self-soothing that temporarily numbs sadness or anxiety. On the flip side, neglecting personal hygiene, going days without bathing or changing clothes can signal emotional fatigue, depression, or a sense of hopelessness. It's essential to understand that these shifts are rarely about laziness or forgetfulness. They are often silent cries for connection, validation, or simply for someone to notice. When an older adult who once took daily pride in grooming begins to neglect it, it's rarely about cleanliness. It's about meaning. The act of bathing becomes too heavy, too purposeless. The energy it requires is no longer fueled by joy, but burdened by emotional weight. Conversely, the overuse of bathing can become a ritual of escape. The warm water, the steam, the routine, all become a substitute for a deeper emotional void. And while there's nothing wrong with finding comfort in daily rituals, it's crucial to recognize when they shift from helpful to harmful. Mental health in older adults is still a taboo topic in many cultures, often overshadowed by physical ailments or simply dismissed as just getting older. But emotional well-being is not a luxury, it's a vital component of healthy aging. And bathing, as mundane as it may seem, can be one of the earliest and clearest indicators of how someone truly feels inside. So what can we do? First, we listen. Family members, caregivers, friends, pay attention not just to whether someone has bathed, but how their relationship to that routine has changed. Is there a sudden increase in frequency? A noticeable withdrawal from self-care? Gentle, non-judgmental conversations can open doors to understanding what's really going on. Second, encourage balance, not just in bathing frequency, but in emotional support. A regular, moderate bathing routine, 2 to 3 times per week, offers structure and consistency without overtaxing the body or masking deeper emotional issues. Combined with social connection, counseling if needed, and creative outlets, it can become a healthy pillar of well-being. Lastly, we must shift how we talk about aging. The body ages, yes, but so does the heart, the soul, the mind. When we address only the visible changes, wrinkles, aches, slowing movements, we miss the invisible ones that are often far more painful. Bathing may not seem like a place where emotional healing begins, but in truth, it can be a powerful starting point. A space to reconnect with oneself, to ask honest questions, to notice what feels off. So the next time you, or someone you love, steps into the shower, consider this. Are they caring for their body or soothing a wound no one else can see? In that question lies a gentle invitation to listen more deeply, to care more fully, and to remember that health is never just about what we do. It's about why we do it and how it makes us feel. As we grow older, the little things we once took for granted begin to matter more than ever. The routine shower, the warmth of water, the silence of the bathroom. All of it feels comforting and familiar. But sometimes, even the most comforting rituals need to evolve with us. Through everything we've explored in this video, one truth stands out clearly. Our bodies are no longer what they used to be, and they're gently asking us to listen. A daily shower might have served us well at 30, but at 70 or 80, our skin, our circulation, our balance, even our emotional well-being deserve a different kind of care. This isn't about giving up habits. It's about honoring our journey, our wisdom, and choosing what supports us today, not yesterday. When we care for our bodies with understanding, not just repetition, we reclaim comfort, confidence, and dignity. There's no shame in adjusting. In fact, there's strength in it. Because aging gracefully isn't about staying the same. It's about paying attention, adapting, and giving ourselves the permission to do what truly feels right. And so, here's the lesson. Don't let old habits speak louder than your body's current needs. Pause, reflect, and ask yourself, am I doing this for my well-being or simply out of habit? Then let that answer guide you gently. If you found this video helpful, meaningful, or inspiring in any way, we invite you to subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment and share your thoughts. We're here to listen and grow with you. Let's keep this space real and warm. Join us at Beyond 60 Wisdom for daily moments of care, reflection, and connection. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for being here. Your presence gives us the energy to keep making videos that matter. Take care of yourself. You are deeply valued.